This is the Arri 2013. It's the annual report on result and impact of IFAD operations, and it's the flagship report of the Independent Office of Evaluation, which I'm heading. It presents an objective analysis of the performance of IFAD operations, and it identifies systemic issues that need to be addressed in order to further improve our operations in the field. IFAD is one of the very few multilateral or bilateral development organizations that produce an annual report like that. And it is a reflection of our commitment to enhance learning, accountability of our operations.
The 2013 Arri underlines that IFAD's performance as a partner is the best ever since the Arri was first introduced in 2003. There are a number of underlying reasons for that, including in particular the move to direct supervision and implementation support, the establishment of IFAD country offices, a more rigorous portfolio management system, as well as the introduction of an arm's-length quality assurance system in around 2007. IFAD operations also generally perform satisfactorily in terms of agricultural productivity and food security, as well as in terms of promoting innovative approaches to rural poverty reduction and scaling up, which are fundamental to achieve a wider impact on rural poverty. The Arri highlights the positive performance of IFAD-funded projects in promoting gender equality and women's empowerment. In fact, IFAD is being recognized as a global leader in this area and developing a comparative advantage on the topic amongst United Nations specialized agencies, programs, and funds. In spite of this overall positive performance, the Arri also underlines that there are a number of areas of challenge that IFAD needs to take into account in the future. Firstly, a large number of projects funded by IFAD still reveal overall moderately satisfactory performance, so there is room for improvement in this area. Secondly, the efficiency of operations and the sustainability of benefits can also be further improved. In fact, the sustainability of benefits and the efficiency of operations are the least satisfactory evaluation criteria in most projects evaluated by the Independent Office of Evaluation.
Every year, the Arri is focused around 1 or 2 learning themes so that we can deepen the analysis on specific topics of interest for IFAD. This year's learning theme is Understanding Exceptional Projects, which gave us a chance to conduct an initial analysis on the proximate causes of good and poor performance of projects in different country contexts. We found a strong association between factors such as design, management, and context in all types of countries. Project management is emerging as a very important but underemphasized determinant of project performance in all country contexts.
There's an increasing demand for results in the donor world and an increasing demand for reporting on results. And that's what the Arri, produced by the IFAD Office of Independent Evaluation, does. It aggregates the results of the evaluations of projects and country programs in the year and produces it in a report which is publicized widely. It's available to the public, to our board, to management. So this responds to this demand. But in addition to that, it investigates, or at least aggregates, recommendations from these individual evaluations into common patterns and common recommendations that cover several, if not all, of the evaluations and country program evaluations, and makes recommendations to management, which we act on. We read these recommendations, we take them seriously, and we act on them. The latest example from the latest Arri is on fragile states. The finding was that IFAD projects in fragile states perform less well on average, much less well on average, than projects in non-fragile states. This is a very important conclusion, and there were some recommendations in the Arri about how to deal with this issue. What have we done with this? Firstly, we've agreed that this is a problem, and we are taking this problem to our governing bodies this year in the form of a discussion in the consultations for the 10th replenishment of IFAD. And we will have proposals on how to deal with this issue. That's just the latest. In the past, Arris have focused on problems of lack of decentralization of staff. We've responded by decentralization of staff. We now have 39 country offices. Arris have talked about the lack of supervision of IFAD projects by IFAD staff. We've responded. We now supervise nearly all of our projects. So we take these recommendations very much to heart and we act on them. So in my view, Arri is responding to the demand to publicize results, the demand for independent assessment of those results, the demand by management for independent recommendations about how to deal with important issues.